So today we are going to learn about how to connect to a data feed, then how to create a database, how to create the watch list, how to plot chart, and how to use bar replay. This video is going to be a little lengthy, so let's start. First, let's start with data feed. Why do we need data feed? Well, as said in the previous lesson, Amibroker is a Windows based OS platform. That means you need to install Amibroker and then you need to feed it with the data. That means if you don't feed Amibroker with a data streaming and an internet connectivity, the charts on Amibroker will not be plotted. You need to provide data via data feed. So there are many data feed in India. We are going to talk about different types of data vendors in detail. But before we go there, I want to specify that data feed is one of the most important part of Amibroker. So a lot of people in our webinar also keep asking that apart from Amibroker, do I need to pay separately for data feed? Well, the answer is yes, you need to separately buy data feed, and whatever charges are there for the data, you will have to bear separately. There are few data vendors in India who provide you data for as low as 500 rupees for all the segments included, whereas there are few data vendors in India who charge you around 2000 to 3000 rupees per segment, and that too for a limited symbol. Now, which data vendor to apply for, I will also discuss about that in detail in this video as we go ahead. So before I show you about the data feed, I'll just show you the processes involved here. So assume this is an Amibroker in your Windows OS. Now to plot charts on this particular Amibroker, you will have to connect it with a data feed. So let us say this is a data feed named ABC. You take the subscription of this data feed. The data feed vendors will install a plugin in your machine, and this plugin will broadcast data into your Amibroker. Now because of the broadcasting of data, Amibroker will then start plotting these kind of charts on which you can analyze and backtest your strategies. Let me show you a few data feed vendors in the market. To get data feed, you can just simply type data feed for Amibroker and you will see numerous ads coming in. The first is Webiz. You can go to the website, check the price. They have a lot of product and services. And if you wish to subscribe to this data vendor, you can contact to their sales team, or you can send them a message and they will help you. Similarly, you have amibrokerlivedata.com that I can see here. They charge 444 rupees a month. Again, if you want to install this particular data vendor, you can chat with their team and install the data in your machine. Now the question is the data provided by these data vendors accurate enough? How reliable are they? So now in the market, there are two types of data vendor. One is authorized data vendor and second is unauthorized data vendor. Well, authorized data vendor are those data vendors who have permission from NSE.X to redistribute the data at a specific price. So these data vendors are paying around 800 rupees per user to NSE, National Stock Exchange. Unauthorized data vendor, as you can guess, steal the data and resell the data unethically. So most of the websites that I have shown you here are all unauthorized data vendor. That is the reason they are providing you data at a very cheap price. If you want to know which are the actual authorized data vendor, all you have to do is just type NSE authorized data vendors and then you will get this link. Click on this link and you will be seeing list of authorized data vendors. When I click on this list, this is the actual list from NSE itself that they have issued. Only these many data vendors are authorized. Rest everyone is unauthorized data vendor, and there are very high chance that they will sell you the data which has wrong plotting. For example, if Nifty is running at 15,000, in Amibroker it will be running at 14,000. If there is a green candle plotted on actual your broker terminal, there are chances that Amibroker is showing you red candle. These are all simple mistakes possible in unauthorized data vendor. With authorized data vendor, the probability of such mistakes are very less. In fact, current authorized data vendors in India are very reliable. If I have to suggest you any name it would be True Data, this True Data Financial as listed in NSE. And there is one more data vendor called as Global Financial Data Feeds. You can either take data from Global Financial Data Feed, that is global data feed, or from True Data Financials. So if I go to Global Data Feed and show you globaldataFeeds.in, you can go to their website, chat with their team. The team is quite responsive, or you can directly call to their team and get few days demo also free of cost. Once you like the demo, you can then subscribe to their data vendor. Same is the case with True Data as well. Right. So this is about data feeds, why you should go for an authorized data feed. I have explained you. As a beginner, if you want, you can start with unauthorized data vendor, but that is unethical and I would not recommend. And slowly and steadily, once your system is stable, eventually you will have to move to a authorized data vendor. The only disadvantage of authorized data vendor is that they charge quite high. For example, global data feed charges around 2500 rupees per segment. So if you want only equity data, 2500 rupees is what you have to pay. If you want equities, futures and options, you will have to pay 5000. If you want commodity also, then you will have to pay around 6000 to 7000 rupees a month, which can become quite high. With unauthorized data vendor, all of this you will get at just 500 rupees a month. Having said this, coming back to our slide. So this is the importance of data feed. For best result, always take data from NSE authorized data vendor. So here are the steps. Go ahead, subscribe to the data from NSE authorized data vendor, and then data vendor team will install necessary plugins into your local machine and connect with your Amibroker. So all of this will be done by data vendors team. No need to call us to do this. We will not be helping you in any of these things, because data is a third party source. You will have to contact to the data feed. These data vendors will install all the necessary plugins and connect it with your Amibroker so that your Amibroker can live stream the data. Once that plugin is done, you can then create watch list and also plot charts and run scanners. In this lesson itself, as we go ahead, I will also teach you how to create watch list. Next, once you get your data, all you have to do is create a database. Well, database in Amibroker is a directory that holds all the symbols and your studies. So whatever AFL, whatever strategy that you have created, whatever charts you have plotted, all of that will be stored in a directory, and that directory in Amibroker is called as a database. Now different data vendors will have different database stored in your Amibroker. If you are using more than one data vendor, one data feed, for example, if you are using True Data, Global Data, XYZ data together, you can create multiple database and use it. For example, for global data feeds, you can have a database A. For True Data, you can have database B. For XYZ data vendor, you can have database C, so forth and so on. So this is the importance of database. You can switch between database at any time. If you have created multiple database, you can switch between them. For example, there is a database A where you have only 5 years of data to backtest. If you want 10 years of data, and if you have already have a database B that is having 10 years of data, from database A you can instantly switch to database B, so forth and so on. A user can have any number of database. You can create 5 database, 10 database, 20 database, no problem, and you can switch between these database very seamlessly. I'll show you how to do that as well. And you can customize setting separately for all database. For example, if you have a database with equity data, you can have the Amibroker timing from 9:15 to 3:30. If you have a database for forex data, then you can run it for 24 hours. If you have another database C for only Indian commodity market, you can start it from 9 a.m. to 11:55 p.m. so forth and so on. So you can have multiple database, and you can create and customize settings separately for each one of those database. How to create a database? Let me show you. So I am having my Amibroker. On this Amibroker, I have some random strategy plotted, and I have taken data from True Data feed, and they have installed some plugin and which is streaming me live data. So you can see I have Reliance 1 minute chart. If I zoom in and make it 5 minutes chart, so you can see today is 28th April, and 28th April entire data is also visible here. In the symbol section, I can see I have multiple symbols starting all the way from Adani ports till Zeal. Alright, coming back to Adani Ports. So this is one database. From True Data, I have created one database. Now, if I want to create more database, all I have to do is go to File, and open a database if I already have another database. And whatever database I am switching between, those will be visible in the recent database. So you can see I have multiple database. One is True Data, the second is 10 years of global data. So if I switch 10 year of global data, you will see that I have switched to a different database. If I have to come back to the database, I can go to recent database, come back to True Data, and I will get back to True Data. And if I want to create a new database on my own, all I have to do is go to File, go to New. The first option itself is Database. I can write any name for this database, say test data, and then make few settings. For example, I want the smallest chart on Amibroker to be 1 minute chart. Then I can do an intraday setting. If it is equity markets, I can do it 9:15 to 3:30. If it is MCX market, I can start from 9 a.m. to say 11:55, and then I can choose show day session only, and then first day starts from Monday, and click on OK. And then once I create a database, then the database will be created, and whatever new data True Data will stream, that will be stored in the new database called as test data. And then I can shift between my existing data and test data also. Similarly, if I have to show you another database, I'll show you one more database which is on my another machine. Let me go to my another machine. On this machine, I have another Amibroker. So on this Amibroker, you can see I have last 5 years of data till March 10. So if I go back on this particular stock, at the beginning, you will see the date is 3/2/2015. That means I have data from 3rd February 2015 all the way till March 10 2021. So I have around 6 years of data. If I want to backtest any strategy, I can backtest on last 6 years of data and check how the strategy has performed in last 6 years. Now this intensive backtesting is not possible on web-based platforms like Charting or Zerodha Streak, right? But I also have another database where I have 10 years of data as well. For example, if I want to switch to that database, File, Recent Database, and then GFDL, and once I switch to GFDL, you will see symbol names will slightly change. You can see the symbol names have changed already, and now I will get last 10 years of data. If I select a stock, I've created few watch list. If I go to say list 0 a watch list and select a stock, say Zeal, you will see that I have data of Zeal starting all the way from 1/10/2010. That means 1st October 2010 onwards. I have data till 27/7/2020. So I have 10 years of data in a database, and I also have 5 years of data. So I can switch between these databases. You can see there is one data called as 5 years of data, and second data is 10 years of data. Why I have two different data is because this 10 years of data is for futures and options, and this 5 years of data, this particular data is for equity data. So I have both equities and futures and options data. If I want to backtest any particular strategy specifically on equity or specifically on futures and options, I can do that by switching to different data vendors. Alright, so this is how we can shift between database and backtest any strategy. So once we have understood what is database, next thing that we will be learning is to create a watch list. Watch list is a set of your preferred scripts. For example, you want to analyze only say Nifty 20 stocks or Nifty 50 stocks or Nifty 100 stocks or top banking stocks, bank Nifty stocks. You can create multiple watch list and add only those scripts in the watch list. That way, only those scripts will be scanned or backtested or explored or optimized whenever you are doing your research, or even when you're doing automation. Only those scripts which are present in your specific watch list will be traded automatically, right? So watch list is very important. You can create multiple watch list. You can create hundreds of watch list. Many broker platforms, many charting platforms give you option to make 1 to 10 watch list only, but in Amibroker you can create unlimited number of watch list. If you want, you can create even 100 watch lists, doesn't matter. You can copy scripts from one watch list to another watch list. For example, if you want to create Nifty 100 watch list, and if you have already created Nifty 50 watch list, you can copy those 50 stocks and you can create another 50 stocks and make a Nifty 100 watch list. Then if you wish to make Nifty 200 watch list, you can actually copy all the Nifty 100 stocks to Nifty 200 watch list and then create next 100 scripts in Nifty 200 watch list, so forth and so on. You can import and export watch list. Suppose there is one Amibroker in your machine A where you have already created a watch list. Export that watch list, go to your machine B where you have second Amibroker and import that watch list. So you can import and export watch list as well to save time. And these watch lists are extensively used in scanning and backtesting your strategy. Now, how to create a watch list, I will explain you in detail. Going back to this Amibroker, first thing that you have to understand is that every data vendor that is providing you data has a specific format of providing you data. For example, this particular data vendor, say data vendor A, has given me data in the most simplest form. Here I have Havells chart, and you can see Havells is mentioned as Havells itself. HCL Tech is mentioned as HCL Tech, HDFC is mentioned as HDFC. There is no additional character added in the symbol name. So creating watch list is very easy when you have a symbol format of this type. Whereas there are many data vendors in the market who provide you data slightly differently. For example, HCL Tech will be written as HCL Tech EQ, HDFC will be written as HDFC EQ, HDFC AMC will be written as HDFC AMC EQ, so forth and so on. So they will be adding an additional EQ at the end if it is equity. If it is futures and option, they will add .NFO, and some data vendors will add -1, -2, -3 at the end of the symbol. So whenever you are loading charts, you need to understand what kind of symbol format is your data vendor accepting the data. If you mention wrong symbol, then the data will not be plotted. Until and unless you mention proper symbol format, the data will not be plotted. So first thing that you have to understand is what type of data format, what type of symbol format is your data feeder loading the scripts on Amibroker. So once you have identified that, you have to create the watch list accordingly. For example, in my case here, I have simple symbol format, Aarti, Abbott, ACC, Adani, so forth and so on. Now let us say I want to create a new custom watch list of say Nifty 50 stocks. How will I do that? It is quite simple. I have in the symbol section, I have watch lists. In the watch lists, I have list 0, list 1, list 2, list 3. You can see there is no symbol in any of these lists. I will create a list of Nifty 50 symbols. To do that, I will start with list 0. In the list 0, you can see there is no symbol. You can see this entire symbol panel is empty. So I will right click on list 0 and first I will type in a symbol. Say I will type in ACC. When I click on OK, I have ACC symbol. The moment I click on this ACC, you will see that ACC symbol has loaded up. Now, once I have this symbol ready, I want to add Nifty 50 symbols. One way to add Nifty 50 symbol is right click, type in symbol and type in all the symbols one by one. Now this can be very time consuming. So the other method to do this is first get your Nifty 50 list ready. So I will go to Google Chrome. Here I will type list of Nifty 50 stocks and go to NSE India website. This is the website, and here you have an option called as download list of Nifty 50 stocks in .csv format. Click on that. You will get an Excel sheet. Open the Excel sheet. This is all a one-time activity, so you need not worry even if it sounds complicated, because this is all one-time exercise that you have to do. And here what we are interested in is not A, B, but we are interested in the C. We want only the symbols. So I'll just copy all these symbols, Control C, and come back to Amibroker. In Amibroker, I have ACC already ready here. Now I will right click on list 0 and I will first export list 0. I will have to select list 0, click on OK, and say I will name it as test nifty 50. I will save it on desktop and the file name will be test nifty 50. I'll save it, and when I go to desktop, test nifty 50 is here. I'll just drag and bring it in the center. So test nifty 50, this is in .tls format, .tls format, but you can open this using notepad. So when I open this using notepad, you can see the ACC symbol that I have created alone is here. So I'll just delete this, go to our Excel and copy these nifty 50 symbols, come back to my notepad and paste it. Once I've pasted all the nifty 50 stocks, I'll click on Ctrl S, save, close the notepad, go to Amibroker, delete this symbol because ACC is already available in my watch list that I'm about to import, and then go to list 0, right click, click on import and choose the same test nifty 50 and then click on open. The moment you open, you will see all the 50 charts are loading. Whatever data I have, those will be loaded. Whatever data I don't have, those scripts will not be loaded. Simple. So in a second, I have created a watch list of my nifty 50 stocks. Now this is when my data vendor was having simple data. If I switch to my 10 years of data, if I go to the database, if I switch to 10 years of data, well, this is the data. Now you will see here the data is written in a different way. Like for example, UPL is written as UPL-I.NFO. Vedanta is VEDL-I.NFO. Right? Zeal is Zeal-I.NFO. So I have to append -I.NFO while creating a watch list. For every symbol, I will have to write Zeal-I.NFO and then create a watch list. So this is the difference that you will have to be careful while creating a watch list. If you do not write as per your data vendor, then that symbol will not be plotted on the chart. Moving on, so now we have learned how to create our own watch list. Let's move ahead. Next is plotting charts. So you can plot charts on Amibroker with your desired indicator, and you can create your custom charts as well. This is the beauty of Amibroker. First of all, you can change the chart colors as well. I will show you how to change chart color on Amibroker. You can tile multiple charts together. I will teach you this also, this property as well. Then you can create charts of custom time frame. Now this is very unique feature of Amibroker, very interesting and unique feature. We'll talk about this also in detail. And you can also plot trend lines on the chart with drawing tools. So let us explore all of these features. Going back to Amibroker, so here I have last 10 years of data. Now I have this black color screen in the background. If I want to make sure that I want to see white color background of the screen, and if I want to change the candle colors, I can do that by going to tools, clicking on tools, then going to preferences. In the preferences, I have this option called as colors. Here I can change the colors. For example, up candlestick bar I want as say white, and down candlestick bar I want say as yellow. And if I click on apply, you will see now I have charts white and yellow color candles. Similarly, if I change the color to say a little bit of green, you will see the colors being changed. So I can play around with the background color as well. For example, if I want the axis lines to be orange and axis text also to be in orange, background to be say blue, and when I click on apply, you will see a lot of things have changed, right? So I can play around with the background, chart colors, and also the candlestick colors. And if I reset them back to however they were, for example, up candlestick was green, down candlestick was red, axis line was black, axis text was white, background was again black, and if I click on apply, we are back to our normal charts. Now if I want to tile multiple charts together, I can do that. For example, I have Zeal. Next, if I go to say blank chart, if I click on this plus button and click on this blank chart, here I can open another chart. For example, I can open Volta's chart. Now when I click on Voltas, you will see that the Voltas chart is loaded, but I cannot see anything here. That is because we have not mentioned what type of chart do you want to see. Do you want to see line chart? Do you want to see candlestick chart? Do you want to see Heikin-Ashi chart? For that, there is an option called as charts. I can click on this charts and then I'll click on this price. If I double click on this price, you will see a normal candlestick charts of Voltas is plotted. Now similarly, if I click on this plus button, new blank chart, and go to symbols and select another stock, say Tata Motors, and again come back to the charts and double click on price, you will see price chart has been plotted. The upper window, I will right click and close the upper window. So now you have Tata Motors, Voltas and Zeal. Now if I want to see all the three charts together simultaneously, I can click on this window and then click on tile vertically. If I tile them vertically, I can see Tata Motors, Voltas and Zeal together. Similarly, if I click on tile horizontally, I will be seeing all of them tiled horizontally. So there are two types of tiling, tile vertically and tile horizontally. For now I will tile vertically. So you can tile as many charts as you want vertically, 3, 4, 5, 10 charts also, doesn't matter. In a single window you can tile as many charts as you want and all of them will run simultaneously. Now if you want to add any indicator on these charts, that also is possible. In the charts itself you have indicators. So if you see here, you have a folder called as indicators. If you click on this, these are the list of inbuilt indicators. So whichever indicator you want, you can double click on that and that indicator will be plotted on a chart. For example, if I zoom in Tata Motors and select MACD, double click on MACD, you will see Tata Motors is now having MACD charts plotted at the bottom. If I go to Voltas, and in Voltas, if I want, I can plot RSI by double clicking here. Now you will see Voltas is having RSI chart plotted. And similarly, if I go to Zeal, and if I want moving averages on Zeal, I can go a little bit up, go to the folder averages and drag and drop EMA. So if I drag and drop EMA twice, 2 EMA will be plotted. And if I want to play around with these EMA, I can right click on the chart, go to parameters and select the EMA. Say EMA 1 is 20 and EMA 2 is 50. That's it. Now I have three different charts with three different types of indicators. I'll again go to Windows and tile vertically. Now you see one chart is having moving average, another chart is having RSI and another chart is having MACD. All of these three charts I have plotted. And now coming to the most important aspect of Amibroker, bar replay. Once I have done all of this, we can also do bar replay. To do bar replay, I will first zoom in the chart. So I can click on any chart and then on your keyboard select Ctrl and plus. If you select Ctrl and plus, your charts will be zoomed in automatically. So I will go to second chart and again click Ctrl plus to zoom in. Similarly, go to third chart and click on Ctrl plus to zoom in. Also, I will change the time frames. From intraday, I will make this 5 minutes chart. I'll make Voltas say 3 minutes chart, and Tata Motors I will say make it 7 minutes chart. So now I have three different charts of three different indicators, three different scripts and three different time frames, all of them loading together. Now let us run bar replay. I have a tool called as bar replay which will help me stimulate and highlight how the market has performed. So this is how the bar replay looks like. This is the icon of bar replay. I'll click on this bar replay icon and select the date from where I want to bar replay. For example, if I choose May 4, 2020 and click on play, you will see that first candle will start from May 4, 2020 and it will actually play the entire highlight of the entire day. So it is 9:12, 9:13, market starts at 9:15. At 9:15 sharp, you will see a new candle has formed on chart 1, chart 2 and chart 3. That day there was a huge gap down in all the three stocks, and this is how the market has performed. For Voltas, the market has gone like this. For second stock, that is Zeal, the market has gone like this, and for Tata Motors the market has gone like this. If you want, you can adjust the speed of the bar replay as well. I'll just pause, and instead of speed of 1, I'll choose speed as 5. Now the speed will go up by 5x, and now when I click on play, you will see that the bar replay is a little more faster. So this way you can actually stimulate the entire day's highlight and check how a particular strategy or how a particular indicator has performed throughout the day, and if you would have used that particular indicator on a specific day, what type of profit and what type of loss it would have given. So instead of giving you the report, bar replay will visually show you where exactly the entry had generated, where exactly the exit has generated, and how it has generated. So it's a really cool feature of Amibroker that helps you visually see a lot of things. Also, one more advantage of Amibroker, as I said, is custom time. For example, this is for Zeal, this is a 5 minutes chart. If I don't want 5 minutes chart, I can check 3 minutes chart, 7 minutes chart, 10 minutes chart, 9 minutes chart, and even 4 minutes chart. No broker or no charting terminal will provide you such flexibility. Imagine having a 9 minute chart, or imagine having a 4 minutes chart. If you want to create your custom chart, for example, you want a 17 minutes chart, let us say, you can do that by going to tools, preferences, going to intraday, and here instead of 4 I'll mention as 17. Click on apply and then right click intraday. You will now have 17 minutes as well. Click on 17 minutes and now each candle is of 17 minutes chart. So similarly, you can create your custom time frame and you can check whether your indicator is working on conventional time frames or the custom time frames that you have created. So these type of leverage no other charting platforms or no other algo trading platforms will provide you. So these are the things we have seen just now. You can change the chart color, you can tile multiple charts together, you can create charts of custom time frame, and yes, the fourth point, you can plot trend lines on the chart as well. This is Amibroker. On Amibroker, on the right hand side, you have a lot of tools. For example, you can click on this horizontal line and plot a horizontal line wherever you want. So I've plotted a red color horizontal line. Similarly, I can click on vertical line and plot a vertical line wherever I want. I can click on this trend line and plot a trend line wherever I want, and if I want I can adjust that also by clicking on the value. I can change the color of trend line. If I want, I can make this as say white. Now there is a white color trend line. I can change the labels also, X labels and Y labels. If my Y label I want at 145, you will see the trend line is changing accordingly. So I can play around with the coordinates of the trend line as well. Next, we have seen bar replay. This is used to run highlights of the custom charts with historical data. You can run bar replay on multiple chart, which I've shown you just now. You can run bar replay in custom time frame. Of course, when you can create custom time frame, you can run bar replay in custom time frame as well. You can adjust the speed of the bar replay. I've just adjusted few minutes back and shown you that as well. You can skip to preferred days in the bar replay as well using the calendar option inside bar replay. So this was the basic lesson of Amibroker, where I've taught you few things. In the next lesson, we are going to talk about creating your own strategy, how to create your own AFL, how to code entry and exits, how to code buy and sell signals in AFL, how to plot buy and sell signals on AFL, and we will be starting with creating basic AFL like EMA, DEMA, TEMA. These are all basic AFLs that we are going to create. We'll start with basic AFL and then learn how to create complex AFLs as well. And then we are going to understand few param functions and other inbuilt functions of Amibroker as well. So thank you so much for watching this video. Spread knowledge cause it's free, and if you like the content on our channel, do like, subscribe and share it with your friends, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much.